What happens if you throw Mentos into Coca-Cola? How to make a colorful hot tub in a fish tank, lighting a firework in glycerin, and turning a can into a bag? Watch new bright and bubbling experiments using Mentos, Coke, and a lot more on Troom. Our Taste Lab is conducting a new study. We are mixing Mentos with Coca-Cola Light and see what happens. You should put on some protective gear, colleague. Coke can be unpredictable. Let's start with the experiments. Let's put a whole stack of Mentos into the bottle. We hot glue the candies together. Whoa! That's quite a fountain. It's a Coke eruption. It looks cool, but half of the soda flew away. Don't be sad. Did you call a Mentos taxi? Put Coke into the trunk. Let's see how strong the Mentos engine is. Fill up the tank with Mentos. Let's go! Well, that was only enough for a couple of feet. Not a very impressive result. We will make the model lighter. We'll only use the wheels. And take a bigger tank. A big bottle of Coke will do. Load it up. Yes! Now the car goes way further. Oops! Car accident! There's only a sweet trail left from the Mentos taxi. It worked perfectly. Let's change things up with our experiments. We'll be using unusual balloons. Launch the Mentos pipeline. Let's fill a fish tank with candies. Enough! And now let's put in a balloon with Coke. Add some more Mentos. And finally, the star of this experiment, a big needle. Are you ready, colleague? Pop the balloon. And it seems like our experiment fizzled out. The candies are taking a peaceful Coke bath. No bubbling or movement. How boring. At the end of the day, I can have some candies. I can't just waste them. The more soda, the better. Let's have a competition between drinks. Which one will make the biggest splash? Cherry Pepsi makes a huge fountain. Not bad. Let's test Fanta. Toss the Mentos in. This reaction is more subtle. It looks more like a lake. Classic Pepsi meets all the expectations. It's like a Mentos geyser. And how will Sprite perform? It makes a Snow White fountain. A great result! Diet Coke gets pretty crazy too. The Mentos flew up high. And what about tonic water? Well, we have seen bigger fountains. And of course, last but not least, Coke. The chemical reaction starts, but the fountain is only medium size. Let's compare the results. Well, there's not much left. Mentos drank a lot of soda. Hey man, who's going to clean all this? Come on, get to work. Our next experiment is dangerous. Don't try this at home under any circumstances. Rub a can of Coke with sandpaper. It's so shiny. And hang it onto a stick using a wire. Pour drain cleaner into a flask. And dip the can into it for 2 hours. Let's see what happens to the can during this time. Whoa! It seems like it's not feeling so good. Let's take it out of the bath. Poor thing! The Coke in the can boiled and exploded. The metal got very thin. Now our can looks like shreds. For the second stage of the experiment, we will open a can of Coke beforehand. Repeat the process. Wait for 2 hours for the reaction to happen. Dissolve baking soda in water in a separate container. It will neutralize the acid on the can. Carefully take out the can and dip it into the solution. Just look at that! The only thing left from the can is some film. I can touch the inside. What a big change! Let's put in Mentos just in case. But nothing happens. Nothing can impress this can of Coke anymore. It's been through a lot. A can of Coke turned into a bag of Coke. The aluminum dissolved. This is amazing! A miracle of science. Now let's fill our film can with Mentos and pour in Coke. We get a bubbling drink. Too bad it's not that easy to drink from my new can. It's too soft. Whoops! We have 2 balloons ready. There's citric acid in one of them and baking soda in the other, and some coloring. Fill a fish tank with food glycerin. And now the balloons will say goodbye forever! The acid and baking soda start reacting. Ooh! There is so much foam! The glycerin makes a thick layer at the bottom of the fish tank. There's a layer of color on top of it. Let's throw Mentos inside and see how it reacts. Just look at this effect! It looks like outer space! Unbelievable! And these small bubbles? We have an amazing picture in our fish tank! And if we add baking soda, the whole cosmos will get covered with foam! Wow! What an amazing galactic foam party! And what if we put Mentos into a whole fish tank of Coke? This is truly a great show! We pour glycerin into the tank and put our old friends into it, Coke and Mentos. Let's see how they do. The glycerin sorts things out. The Mentos and Coke are separate. The Coke bubbles up slowly. Glycerin soothes the explosive Mentos effect. We put balloons with colored water into a fish tank with glycerin and pop them. The colored water makes an even layer on top of the glycerin. There's a horizontal picture in the tank. But we will take it to the next level. We need a smoke grenade. Put it into the glycerin. Whoa! The grenade even makes smoke in glycerin. Our fish tank is filled with smoke. What a bright performance! A jack-o'-lantern is totally harmless because we haven't made a Mentos filling for it yet. Add more. Then put in a balloon and blow it up. Why? So we can pour Coke into the balloon. Fill it up and tie it. Now cover the pumpkin and add a party hat. The time has come. Stab a knife into a pumpkin. But it looks like something went wrong. Come on, where's our explosion? Even a tiny one? Please? Nothing! The experiment failed! Maybe we need more Mentos? Chill, colleague. Our experiment flopped. What do rubber boots and Mentos have in common? Our next experiment! Attach double-sided tape to the sole of boots and stick as many candies as you can to them. Now we'll make a mini Coke pool. Dip the boots into it. Just look how bubbly the soda is. It's a real Coke hot tub. Too bad it doesn't last that long. But jumping in a Coke puddle with boots on is always fun. Our next experiment will be very colorful. 2 balloons are filled with water, food coloring, and glitter. The third one is full of glycerin. Now that's an explosion of colors! The colors mix and the glitter makes it magical. This is liquid magic. Let's make this show even brighter. Light up a firework. This show is really magical. We won't scrimp on Coca-Cola for the next experiment. Let's fill a 6-gallon bottle. Look closely. Our Mentos rocket is all set to launch into open Coke space. The reaction starts, but it's not as great as we expected it to be. Not enough firepower. Did you like our bubbly experiments? Then comment below if you have ever mixed Coca-Cola with Mentos and how it turned out. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell so that you don't miss new exciting experiments from Troom.